start finish line. Here he comes now. He won down at Zwartkops. Sarl van der Merwe on the right-hand side of the road and inside of the corners. They're going to the first corner. We're in with him now as he goes right up onto Aberdeen's tail as they're going to Conti corner. Hard braking. Now back with Jan Coetzee. He's leading Class B. Ahead of him, the fifth of the Class A cars. That's Willie Hepburn in the Sabat Open. And now you're going to see the difference between an A-class car up to 5.8 litre and a 3.8 litre Class B cars. These others just tear away down that long straight, doing speeds of up to 230, 240 kilometres an hour. As they hit the brakes down to the citizen sweep, it's Aberdeen in front. Sarl van der Merwe established himself in second position. He's been worried there by Aberdeen. Then comes the Autofit Mazda 323 of Ben Morgenrud, the Opel of Willie Hepburn. Class B, he's being led there by the Gearmax Skyline of Jan Coetzee, the champion, the Wesbank champion. He's won it 3 times, and he's out to show him that this Japanese 6-cylinder car can take on the might of the European cars, the BMW 535s. And we're back in again with Terry Moss and the Minolta out as he trails Sarl van der Merwe into Conti corner. Sarl's got the 2-wheel drive. Terry Moss has got 4-wheel drive. Sarl goes to the inside to protect his line as he goes down that long straight. He'll need to be on the inside as he goes down the citizen sweep. There's fumes being created there by oil dropping onto the turbocharger. It's starting to get into the cockpit of this Audi of Terry Moss as they go through this corner more than 200 kilometres an hour. Popping and squeaking their way up as the wastegates of these turbos open and close. 3 turbocharged cars in the front. A triple rotor Mazda in 4th position. A V8, a 5.7 litre V8 Chev motor in the Opel lying in 5th position at the moment, and there's nothing between these cars. A lot of the people were expecting Chris Aberdeen to really give into the pressure of Sarl van der Merwe, but he's staying in the front there, there's no doubt about it. And here we are back with Jan Coetzee and the Gearmax Skyline leading Class B. On his tail he's got Dion Jabir on the BMW. Larry Wilford just behind him. He comes out of Conti. Oh, and he's missed a gear change. Instead of going to 3rd, he's gone into 5th gear, and that's going to give Dion Jabir a chance to make his way past. And there he is. He nearly clips his mirror off the motor cars he comes through, and that's a real setback for Jan Coetzee. This is going to develop into a real dogfight. Here it is from the outside. Look how close Jabir is as he moves over. He nearly takes that mirror out, as you see. And now we are going to be in for a rare fight. Jan Coetzee is a Springbok, a stock car racer. He's toured overseas, and he can bring some of this sort of racing to tar racing anytime they like to mix it with him. Larry Wilford is in 3rd spot. Tony Vion is battling there with suspension problems, and Jan Coetzee has been pushed to the outside by Dion Jabir. Already this dogfight is starting to really get rough, and Coetzee is not going to take this line down. There he goes through Bozel corner. You're into the car with him. He actually gave Dion Jabir a nudge there as they come down to Sabat corner. Jabir's on the inside. Coetzee tries to take his part of the road, and he gets bumped off into the outfield, and there goes Jabir. There goes Larry Wilford and Tony Viona, and Gary Dunkley goes past in the Porsche, and Coetzee has really got a big job on his hands, not only to pass these cars ahead of him, but to get ahead and win this class. Takes a straight line there through Continental Quarter, really giving this Gearmax Skyline a big workout. And there's that whole pack coming down there. Coetzee is not in sight yet. It's Jabir in front. This Class B battle is one of the sights to see in Wesbank modified racing at the moment. Jabir, Wilford, Tony Viona's now disposed of. Gary Dunkley's right behind him there. 50 years old is Gary Dunkley, but he can mix it with the much younger drivers. Round the Sabat sweep he comes. It's still Jabir and Wilford, and here comes Coetzee. He is revving that Skyline way above its rev limiter. You're in with him again as you come up on Larry Wilford. He's in that Sabat Skyline, similar sort of motor car. He's looking for a way past. They straighten the line as they go in there. He's going the inside. Maybe gives him a nudge. Gary Dunkley goes spinning on the outside, and from 5th he's down to 3rd. Ahead of him, it's red flags all the way. It's the 2 BMWs giving a big power display. Dion Jabir in front. Tony Viona from the Free State in 2nd position. Onto the brakes. Could see still quite a distance behind them, something like 6 or 7 seconds, and there he's just coming into sight as you saw them in the distance. Round Bozel corner. The BMWs are just playing it the way they like to do it, a 1-2 in the front, and the crowd is egging Jan Coetzee on, and that is all he needs, and there he is trying, using all the road. So is Larry Wilford. He's never driven like this as Larry Wilford, giving a great display. In with Coetzee again, and he's coming up, and that's Tony Viona slowing down. That suspension problem is now overtaken him. There's nothing he can do about it. The car is not handling, and he's going to be out of this race. It's Jabir in the front. And there comes Coetzee now in a hurry, and there's just a few laps of this race to go. Larry Wilford is next. Gary Dunkley is next as Tony Viona retires the BMW to the pits. It's a pity that he gets out of a dogfight like that one. And because of all the bumping, the clerk of the course, Glenn Rowden, has told his officials to pull Jabir off the circuit, give him a black flag, show him the number. Jabir just doesn't see the flag as he tears past at more than 180 kilometers an hour. He ignores it. But back up front, it's Chris Aberdeen. He's starting to open up the gap from Sorrel van der Merwe. Terry Moss is hanging in there for all he's worth, really trying very hard. And Chris Aberdeen is coming through to a very popular victory. Not only the sponsors' day, but he's winning it as well. And back with Terry Moss, he comes across the line and just freewheels there past Sorrel van der Merwe. Well, certainly a very, very tough Wesbank modified saloon car race. And you can see why they bring these crowds, these huge crowds, BMW into the results of the first race. As we got underway for the second race of the Wesbank Modifieds, to make it even more difficult, the marshals were showing the oil flags on the streaming track with the Audis 1 and 2 as they went into Continental Corner for the first time. And of course, with four-wheel drive, they were expected to be shown off to advantage, and that's exactly as it turned out to be as they pulled away from Continental Corner. Sorrel van der Merwe back in the pack, fighting to get all that horsepower down onto the road. Chris Aberdeen, hoping to make it a double for the day, is out front there. His teammate Terry Moss not too far behind him, with the windscreen wipers really going. Willie Hepburn, no windscreen wipers. Morgan Rood in the new Mazda Motorsport colours, a bit unfamiliar to most Wesbank Modified fans, was in fourth position. Sorrel van der Merwe still having to make a showing. And Larry Orford having a good day there, as you see him in that Sayback Skyline. And the conditions were even getting worse. There's just clouds of spray behind Chris Aberdeen as he comes tearing through this right hand into Conti. Just listen to the popping and squeaking of those turbos as they slow down on the trailing throttle. And he fights to get that power on the road quickly as he comes out. There's not even a sideways movement from that motor car as he tears off down that long Altamore straight. Unabated speed there as he's going down at well over 200 kilometers an hour and getting away from Terry Moss. And they really are making it quite a cakewalk. The Audis are so at home in these wet conditions. Terry Moss has lost his wiper blade now. It's not functioning anymore. And behind there was a very good race, in fact, going on there with the rest of the pack.